All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, welcome to another edition of Power Connection with Kevin Vaughan and my wonderful and awesome guest today, Miss Shantay Adams. Shantay, how you doing there, sister?
Outstanding. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it going here today for sure. Thank you so much for your time today. Hey, Shantay, as you know, there's a lot going on the planet today. So if you would open up with a few words of wisdom there, a few empowering words, encouraging words, whatever you like to say, I'm going to get ready to read your bio right after that, though. But can you
So,
say something to the people?
yeah, but this is Coach Honey. And first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. Praise God for, I thank God for opportunity that you have been a vessel that He can use to extend this opportunity to me. So I don't take that for granted. I really don't. So I won't give I don't give men flowers, but I give you love, show you love, and I appreciate you for that. And words of wisdom. I think this is it's a new day, it's a new week, and it's the day that not only the Lord has made, but it's an opportunity to do something great. Some of us come off weekends or past week that may not have been the best what we wanted, but today is a new day. It's a day to reset. It's a day to refresh and to go forward and give it all you got. It's a Monday. A lot of times people dread Mondays. I actually don't. I actually like
Not
Mondays.
anymore. Not anymore.
And I like Mondays. Monday's the start of the week. It's a way to make impact. And if you are one who believe in making impact, then let this be a great day, a day of resetting, a day where you get to do something new, exciting, and go for it. Give it all you got. Some people try, some people give it their best, then there's some people who give it all they got. So I would encourage you to give it all you got because at the end of the day, no one makes history by playing it safe. So it's an
Oh,
opportunity for you to not play it safe, to be a part of history, or to make history by God's
oh,
grace. I would say.
that's fantastic, Sister Adam. Thank you so much for that. Sometimes people just need to hear a good word from somebody. You know, Sister Adam, that's what that's all about right there. And people are going through a lot of stuff today. But if they hear an encouraging word, they say, "Oh, I can make it one more day." You know, I love it.
Don't give up. Don't give out. The Bible says that don't get weary in well doing. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
faint not, we shall reap a harvest. So the harvest is this
absolutely.
harvest time. Sometimes
Yeah,
it may not look like harvest time, but I do believe this is harvest time. I really
yes,
do believe that despite
absolutely.
what it looks like, despite how it feels, I
Yeah,
believe God is doing a new thing. And if we just remember that He is the source of everything and that
yes,
He's able to send people our way. I was reminded of that this morning.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm encouraging someone else. I didn't expect to say all this, so I thank you for
No, keep going. Yeah, hmm,
spirit, but I was
yeah,
just reminded that someone sent me an email early this morning and it blessed me because and the person
yeah.
said, God's our source and He is the one who could send people our way.
Yes,
Even
yes,
as entrepreneurs, He will send
yeah,
people our way. And
yeah,
He said many, we could send few. But at the end of the day, He's the one who sends it. He ordered our steps. And so I do
yeah.
believe for those out there who are going different trials and circumstances,
Right,
whether it be in their business, whether it be in their profession, whether it be in their career, their job, whether their
right.
family, their household, I believe God still will provide, and I do know He does provide. So
Yes,
I
he does.
and I just know a lot of people are going to different things, whether it's
Yeah,
spoken or not spoken.
right.
Allowed me to say that, so that came in my heart to share it. It wasn't something I prepared to say; it just came out. But to God be the glory for it all. So thank you.
Absolutely. And that's what a coach does, though, Sister Adam. That's what a coach does. A coach coaches, right? And that's
Yes.
what you are. You're one of the best in the business. So we thank you for those words of wisdom. And we're, as you say, we're guided by the Spirit of the Lord. So you say what the Spirit say, you know. Uh,
Thank you.
we got people around the globe going to be seeing this and listening to this right now. So I'm excited about that part. So thank you so much for your words of wisdom. That's why we got the power up here, folks. We give you the
Come on,
power.
that's it. That's
Give you the real
it.
power. Yeah, we give you the
That's
real
it.
power. And folks, please understand this is not religious. We're talking just facts, okay? Facts of life. We're talking about, and Sister Shante, before I read your bio, I'm saying we don't give God his proper props. We don't respect him enough. We ain't got nothing to do with religion. And we know I did not come here knowing I was going to come here, right? I didn't know that. I didn't will myself here. I'm not going to will myself out. My point is that there has to be a God, and there is a God. Now, you don't have to agree with me, everybody out there. That's okay. But you will
Right.
find out. You're going to find out one day.
One way or the other.
You're going to find out. But we love you, though. We love you so much in that area. But keep in mind here, everything in the universe did not just happen. It's just too perfect. I mean, just the way things are working together. You got to give God his props, Sister Adams. And I said, man, they don't even give God his proper props. You don't have to really believe everything, but at least give him his props. Something, it's amazing. I love it.
I 100%. And it's like, I'm all good. I thank the Lord. So thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Amen. Amen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan, my wonderful guest today, Shantay Williams. Hey, we're going to be talking about her event coming up real soon, and she's a powerful lady. Let me read her bio real quick, guys, but you can also go to her website, guys. Go to her website. There it is right there. Boom, right there. Go to the website for more details and for sign-ups and for appointments and all the above. But she says off her website, hey, I'm Shantay. I like that. I love it. Shantay Williams is a dynamic Honeyfire Lighthouse international speaker. You can hear it by her wonderful voice. She's an author, ladies and gentlemen. She's a peer counselor, coach, certified wealth educator, insurance broker, and founder and CEO of the Fresh New Consulting LLC, and a seeker, Surrender Life Ministries. I love it. She serves by providing workshops, ladies and gentlemen. She's excellent in that area, and planning workshops, coaching, mentorship, consulting, financial education, financial services. In addition, she is a licensed minister and prophetess by the grace through faith as a servant and eventual leader of the living God. So thank you so much, Sister Adams, for being with us on Power Connection today. Hey, I want to turn this over to you very quickly because you got a wonderful event coming up. I release the mic to you because you know how to talk.
Well, first of all, thank you again for allowing me to come and share. So the networking event that I have, that I partner with a friend of mine named Carlos Ricard, and him and his wife, Rhonda. And we're coming together to form this networking table. So it started with myself back in February of early this year. It was something that was on my heart to allow people a space and a place and a platform they can come together and unapologetically, listen, no politicking, none of that. I don't do politics. In fact, I don't care for all that. If you're going to do it, do it. Let's just do it. Let's make it happen. And so it was on my heart to put something together where everybody can come together, different entrepreneurs, business owners, solopreneurs, people can come together in an environment where they can just share what they do, whether they need clients, business partners, visibility, to showcase, to tap into an unknown market. See, I'm believing in tapping into an unknown market, because sometimes you can be in your own market for so long, and you need to be able to cast your wider.
Yep.
Cast our net wider. We can reach a different market of folks, let people know what we're doing, because word of mouth still sells. Word of mouth is still one of the best form of business. It has never lost its power. It's still the same, and people trust it. So it's a no trust factor. So that started in February of early this year. I did 2 of them in February, and it was a great success. It was a great turnout. People liked it. I wanted people to kind of just be free to share. And it's nothing that you got to stick to a script or say things a particular way. They can be free. So that was that in February. And then I had another one in March. And folks just say, hey, Shantay, if you have this again, let us know. We want to come out. And so that was then. And so I didn't have a chance to have one in April because I was traveling. I was in Orlando. And so I was speaking at our event there, our self-improvement event in Orlando. Well, I'm big about that. Matter of fact, I'll be here in Canada next month. There was about 15,000 of us there. So I didn't. It's going to be big, major event there. Super excited about that one. But in April, we didn't get a chance to come together. So now here we are in May, and the networking table it's been rebranded. It was first the Lunch and Learn, and now it's branded as a networking table. And I had this vision where all these people come together, and we're sitting at this table, and we're just networking, collaborating, sharing ideas, and expanding and helping one another. And so that was something that was in my heart earlier in this year, like I think in January or something like that. And I said, I want something like that. And I want us to have people, if I got something hot, I just run with it. Like I just, I go for it. Like I just give it all I got. And so I just put it out there, put myself out there, bravery. That's why I encourage people to do those things when something from your heart, idea. A lot of times we have millions of ideas, but we don't always execute them. And so sometimes it takes the faith and the courage to just put yourself out there and do it. So I just put myself out there and invited some people, and it was a great success. And now all of a sudden I got this couple that's partnering with me, and we're expanding from in person, on Zoom, to eventually we're going to be in person later this fall, actually the beginning of fall, we're coming together. And I'll release more information, but it's going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, these same people get to come together, and we're having a big blowout business conference that we get to come together. So I'm excited about that. But how it came about is this going to be this Thursday at 1 p.m. East Coast time. It is going to be on Zoom, and you can contact me directly. People will have opportunity to speak, to share their business. Even those who are not in entrepreneur or the business space, and they just want to know what opportunities out there, because my background is human resources.
Right.
And so that's my background. I enjoy connecting people to opportunities. I've done that for almost 20 years. I've done that. So I enjoy that. And so folks who are not in that space, I just want to say this to you, if I can speak to that audience for a moment. If you are for opportunity, or you say, hey, Shantay, maybe I'm not looking to leave my current job or my current thing, but I want to expand. And so if you're looking to expand, you're looking to see what the options are out there, then I would encourage you to come to this event, because I think it's going to be something that's going to be bigger than what it is now. Matter of fact, I know it is. I see it clearly. It's going to be something bigger than what it is. But if you are one of those people who are looking for opportunities, another stream of income, let's keep it real, another stream of income, or another source, then hey, there are going to be people there that's going to have those opportunities. Or if you're one that's there, then you have a business that you're maybe getting off the ground, or a business that's well established, because we're going to have some people who are well established in business. They're not new to it. Elder Vaughan is going to be there, and so you get to see his face there speaking to you as well, promoting your business and what you do and the service you provide. So if you are one that provide a service, you have a product, you have a business that you're looking to gain more visibility and showcase, I'm asking for you to show up there. This is not going to be something that's going to be just this month. It's going to be happening on again and again. But however, this one is a major one. This is one we have several, I should say, entrepreneurs that's going to be there. A lot of business owners. I'm excited about it, and they're going to be showcasing who they are, what they do, their services. You get to ask them questions. So we're going to have some time for Q&A as well. So it's going to be an event that I'm super excited about. It's one that I've never seen done like this, but we're collaborating, partnering together. So I'm excited. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm really pumped.
I love it. I know my cheeks are hurting just from smiling so much. I love it. I love it. That's what it's all about. May the joy of the Lord be your strength, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing for sure. Hey, Shantay, somebody says, well, first of all, guys, you can go to the QR code right there. You can take your camera right there and go on the QR code as well to contact her as well. But Shantay, how's folks say, okay, I'm ready to sign up. What they got to do right now? What they got to do to sign up?
They can message me. They can message me directly. So you guys, if you see me on Facebook Messenger, matter of fact, I didn't even share this on my page. I'm sorry. You can message me directly. You can call me. My number's on that QR code. You can call me that way directly and let me know, especially if you want to be one of those who are presenting. Or if you just want to come in the audience and just be there. It's on my Facebook page. So there's a flyer. It has a Zoom ID on there, as well as a passcode HONEY, capital H only for honey, capital H, the rest is lowercase. But the Zoom ID is on the flyer. I'll be posting again this week, every day this week. So people will see it on my stories. There's media platform. So you'll be able to find that information, but you are able to message me directly, or you can call me or text me directly as well, especially if you want to speak, or even if you want to just be in the audience as attendee.
Oh, I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan, my wonderful guest, Shantay Adams. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, she's on Instagram. So you can just Google her name. Everything will come up. She's on Instagram, Facebook. She's on X, of course, as well, ladies and gentlemen. She's on YouTube. She got a YouTube channel. And she's also on TikTok. No doubt about that. I know the TikTok family loves you so much out there, for sure. I love it, guys. Hey, guys, we're talking about with the coach today, guys. Meet the honey coach. We call her Coach Honey. In fact, I wanted to ask you about that, Sister Adam. How'd you get the Coach Honey? How'd you get that? I wanted to ask you about that.
I get that question. No, trust me, I get that question asked often.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So it stemmed from originally from the book. So the book I've written that I will be doing actually a relaunch of that. So I will be doing a relaunch here soon, and I will be doing a mastermind that be coming up in June, early June. That I will be actually doing. I haven't announced it officially yet, so I'm giving you a preview, a sneak preview.
Right.
but I'm a mastermind that's coming up early part of June. But it stemmed from the book. So the book is called Release the Honey Within You, 7 Keys to Beautify the Overly Aggressive to Become a Virtual Honey Baby. So I had written that book, and there's another lady, and I don't know if she's watching, if she'll watch the replay, but I love me some Dr. Beth, Dr. Sprinkles, the confident coach. And so she affectionately called me Coach Honey one day in a post maybe 3 years ago or so. And I said, Coach Honey.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And so, because people were saying honey, I was saying honeylicious, I was saying that word. And so she said, I'm going to call you Honey. And I said, well, okay, Coach Honey. And so it just kind of just caught fire. Folks call me, it's part of brand, part of who I am. And so that's how it came about. And so now I'm the one to put the honey in the money, as well as I tell people life is always sweet when you add honey. My tagline, official tagline, is that we accomplish more and go further with honey than vinegar. And so in the midst of all that's going on, I always tell folks that when you add honey to your life, bitterness can't dwell there. Pain can't dwell there. All that can't dwell there, because it's like oil and vinegar. They just don't mix. You know, water and vinegar, it just don't mix. And so anyhow, I digress, but that's where the honey come from.
Hey, that's all good, man. Y'all do some research on honey, because the ancients, as I say, history shows that honey is a viable product. I'll just say that.
Yes,
very viable. Yeah, very useful. God himself told folks what to eat, and that was one of them.
Yes, and he told me he'll take us to a land that's flowing with milk and honey. Okay.
That's right. There you go. I love it. Hey, ladies. Yeah, I love it, Shantay. I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're here talking to Shantay about her event coming up soon via the network. She's online. I want you guys to get the QR code. It's right there. You can take a picture of that while we're on live right now. If you guys got any questions, let me know. But Shantay, I want you to talk to our young adults, because we got people graduating from college right now, and we'll be graduating all the way up to June, I'm sure. But also, too, we got young adults who have been in the workforce for a while or looking to start their business, have a business. Can you talk to that demographic as well, if you don't mind?
Yes, absolutely. So, and I will be talking about this more tomorrow. I'm actually being interviewed tomorrow, a business conversation about that. Because a lot of young people are entrepreneurship, so it's very common. And so one of the things I've learned, and this is, like I said, I want to talk more about this tomorrow, so I'll give you all just a preview of that. But there's 4 areas of entrepreneurship. I'm doing a series on my platform on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and I've been sharing it about the 4 areas of entrepreneurship. When I got into entrepreneurial space, I'll be the first one to tell you, before transparency, I did not know what I was doing. I started entrepreneurship years ago. I jokingly say I was a high class volunteer. I didn't know how to get paid, and I didn't. And so one thing, when people get into entrepreneurship, the personal development piece is so important. Constantly improving yourself, getting around the right people. Because one thing when you get into entrepreneurship, if you come from people who have not done it alongside of you, then you want to be in a constant environment where you get to work on yourself and you get to be around minded people. But there are 4 areas of entrepreneurship, though, if you're a young person who wants to get into that, because some people are not going to college nowadays. It's not big feasible deal. And then it's not as big of a deal for a certain generation. Like my son did not go to college. I always thought he would go to college, but he wanted to get into an entrepreneurial space. And I always told my son is an entrepreneur. I spoke that over his life, that he would be a businessman, my oldest son. Actually, all my children are entrepreneurials. All of them would be, all 3 of them. But however, there are 4 areas, and one of the areas I tell folks is philosophy. That's one thing I spoke about. And I use the example of the brothers from McDonald's, Dick and Maurice McDonald's, and how they formed the first McDonald's that was in San Bernardino, California, and how they failed the first time around. But when they went back to the drawing board and they created a system, which is the second part of the 4 areas of entrepreneurship, the system what drives their infrastructure, and their infrastructure drives their volume. So the brothers created, they knew that back in those days, a few decades ago, that when they made food, people in restaurants, they was on roller skates, they bring in the food. It took a long time to get the food. And so McDonald's knew that they can make the food fast. They believed they can make the process faster, which became their philosophy. So a lot of times entrepreneurs, whether they be those graduating high school or those who are older in entrepreneurial space, is having something that you believe in. And it becomes your philosophy, like Amazon, you can name it, all these different companies, well-known companies, Coca-Cola, you
Right.
can think about theirs. They all have one thing that they believe in, and that's how they market themselves. They part of
Mm-hmm.
their brand is part of who they are. And so
Yeah.
that right there is the foundation, and everything builds from there. So I always tell an entrepreneurial first thing, young person, is first get mentor, get some
Yes.
guidance, get some counsel. You
Yes.
need coaching. No, you need that. You need, and
Yeah.
not just a flyby mentorship, because you can get mentorship from different people. But
Yeah.
however, the true mentorship that I'm speaking about today is that
Mm-hmm.
that mentorship that will walk with you, hold your hand, and explain to you,
Right.
how to do it and what to do,
Yeah.
and hold you accountable. Because a
Yeah.
lot of times when you're young, sometimes you want to do this, you want to do that, you're not
Right.
sure. And
Right.
so why? So, you want to be certain what you want to do,
Right.
and
Right.
having a vision, having a
Yeah.
goal. What's
Yeah.
your dreams? And
Right.
how do you see yourself doing that? And
Yeah.
then when you start executing those ideas. So I would
Mm-hmm.
tell a young person, know what you want to do first and foremost. Like I tell my son, what do you want to do? What do you feel your heart being led to do? And
Mm-hmm.
then let's go from there. Because you got to make up a decision. Because you don't want to be, not my son, but anyone. You don't want to see
Right.
no one person be a drifter
Right. Right.
and just
Amen.
and be here aimlessly. Because
Yeah.
the enemy has room to work on you.
Yeah.
So young
Yeah.
people, it's just about being in the right environment, and sometimes
Right.
it's getting them from a common environment to an uncommon environment, so they can maybe even discover that.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, well, how can
Mm-hmm.
I even find out what I want to do? Then I would encourage you to. That's where you can start working
Yeah.
on yourself a little more
Yeah.
intentionally and getting
Yeah.
around the right people that's going to help you think bigger. Like I often say
Right.
to myself,
Yeah.
one thing I put in my business plan that I kind of say often,
Yeah.
usually daily,
Yeah.
that I get in a room with people whose thinking is higher than mine.
Right. Right.
And so you always want to be in a room where people's thinking is higher than yours, because what it does, it challenges you and it gets you to think bigger and
Yes.
beyond.
Yes.
So
I
I
love
would
it.
say that to a young person, get into an
Yeah.
environment where you're around people whose thinking is higher
Right.
than yours, so they
Right.
can show you the possibilities. Because
Yes.
as we're around the
Yes.
same people doing the same thing, it can keep us very limited in our beliefs and limited thinking. But when you
Yeah.
get around people whose thinking is more elevated, it's going to challenge you, and that's where growth begins. And that
Right.
a
Right.
young person can start seeing visions of their lives and their dreams and what they want to go after. So that's what I would say to any young person. That's
Yeah.
why my children get into the environment. My daughter's
Yeah.
coming to Canada. My son came with
Yeah.
me to Orlando. I'm big on that. My youngest son
Yeah.
travels with me because I want them to be exposed to that. To see
Right.
that,
Right.
sometimes mom can say one thing, but when
Yeah.
you show them that, they can see it. And it's just extend that opportunity. That's why I'm big.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did in my life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Works here too.
You
Yeah.
know,
Same here. Yep. Absolutely. I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections with Shantay Adams. Kevin Vaughan here with you. Hey, I was taking notes, man, while Shantay was talking. I don't know about you guys. I wanted to just kind of reiterate a little bit more what she said. Guys, you need to be a rocket today. You need to be a rocket that goes, further and further and further out. You can be in a car, but guess what? A car cannot go out in space, where it's not limited, So cars are limited. Rockets are not, guys. So be a rocket, learn all you can. That's what she was saying here, basically. Also, too, guys, it's so important, as Coach just mentioned, you need to have a coach or a mentor. I'm mainly talking to our young people that don't know this yet. Shantay, as you know, as they're coming out of college, coming out of school, whatever, they need to have a mentor and a coach. Guys, you got to have one. So I want you to contact Coach Adams there and let her know about that so she can help guide you a little bit. That's what she does, guys. So contact her, ask about being a coach, a mentor, whatever you need there, but contact her about that. Second of all, I wanted to mention, if you're starting a business, you're going to need two things, guys. I would say first, an executive business summary. So an executive business summary and maybe a business plan later, but first, an executive business summary, and let Coach review that first, and then she can take you to the next level, because you do have to know what you want to do. We cannot read your mind, right? He says, Coach, we cannot read your mind. You have to document it. Yeah, so we want to give. So that's some tips, guys, from us who have been in business. I've been in business for 40 years, so I know exactly what we're talking about in this area. So you got to have a summary, but get yourself a coach or a mentor, and that's where Coach Shantay, what we call Coach Honey, is available now. There's a QR code there, guys. There's a website right there as well. No excuse for setting up that appointment. I love it. I love it. Well, Coach, I'm excited about this event coming up as well. I want to give you some final thoughts and any takeaways, anything you want to say to us before we roll out of here.
No, the final words, I just want to say that, well,
Yeah.
one thing about, as far as I always want to tell people about the money side. One thing I want to leave people with is the opportunity to sit down and talk with someone about that. I enjoy what I do. I know
Yeah. Yeah. I
this
know
is,
you do. You excited
I,
all the time.
I do. I thoroughly enjoy what I
Yeah.
do because it's
Yeah.
very rewarding. And I always want to tell folks, just sit down and get educated. There's
Yeah.
so much out there. I had a conversation with my son,
Yeah.
and I preface this statement this way, what I'm about to say. My
Yeah.
son, I was talking, my oldest son. So
Yeah.
my oldest son, I talk about money a lot. We talk about finance, investing, and all that stuff like that.
Right. Right. Right.
Talking to me about crypto, and he said, "Mom, there's a bill on the Senate floor for them to pass. It's called, I forgot what the heck. He just told me the name. Do you remember the name? There's a bill on the Senate floor about for crypto." And he said,
Okay.
if it passed, Mom, he said that it will be good. He said, but if it doesn't,
Okay.
it'll be bad for the economy. And
Gotcha.
he would say, so if it's bad for the economy, he said the rich will get richer and the poor will get poor. And I
Wow.
stopped my son and I said,
Uh-huh.
only way that statement can be true. And this
Uh-huh.
the mama business had came on for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
We were talking. I said, the only way that would be true, son, I said, if the poor, who we call be poor, does
Mm-hmm.
not get financially educated.
There you go. There you go.
Now, and I said that they have to be, and my son agreed with me. He said, yeah, Mom. He
Mm-hmm.
said, they just got to be willing to learn. I said, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because there are things that are shifting. And I don't know everything. I don't come on
No.
inside and
Yeah.
try to say I know everything, because crypto is
Mm-hmm.
not my lane. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm willing to learn. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the financial industry. I'm still willing to learn that. And
Right.
I told my son, I said, you want to get into this over here? Because my son has
Yeah.
that's things I got my son set up, my daughter, I got them set up. But my point of the matter is that I said, whatever you want to get into, son, I said, you
Mm-hmm.
want to learn it. I said, you
Right.
want to learn about it, you want to study it, you want to research it, you want to know all the ins and outs. I said, one
Yeah.
thing that
Right.
I say this humbly is
Right.
that I like to tell people the fine print.
Right.
As people don't get
Right.
out there and read and study and
Yeah. Right.
educate.
There you go,
And
Coach. Right
so
there, Coach. Yeah.
when I sit down with you or anyone who's watching this live
Right.
replay,
Understanding.
well, yes, when I sit down with you, I
Understand.
explain all the ins and outs.
That's right.
What does this mean? What does this mean when the
Right.
economy happens this way? What
Right.
is do you know this, Elder Vaughan, that inflation has went up to about 6%? It
Didn't
was
know that.
8 something,
Wow.
now it's doubled. So
Wow.
right now, exactly, inflation is high. So what we get the
Yeah.
opportunity to do with the new art of living is we
Mm-hmm.
get to help people have not only the freedom with
Right.
market income. We not only get able to have people the 10% 3 rooms 3 goes, which is security,
Yeah.
which is a big piece right now. And that's why I want to get my soapbox, but it's big right now because
Right.
that
Right.
encompasses part of the
Yeah.
financial education and generational wealth and
Yeah.
discipline, saving this. It encompasses all these different challenges people are facing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, improve themselves,
Right.
to themselves. And so, what I get to
Yeah.
do in time in this day is to really help people very
Yeah.
holistic approach to
Right.
work on themselves inside
Right.
out, as well as
Mm-hmm.
have things secure for them. And then,
Yeah.
of course, if they're dealing with debt and expenses and
Yeah.
not having limited income flow, I get to help in all those 3 areas. So,
Right.
like I told my son, and I'm saying to the viewers that are watching and watch the replay,
Right.
at the end of the day, security is a big deal for people.
Right. Right.
People want freedom.
Yeah.
All agree with that. No matter
Yep.
what race, creed, age,
Yep.
gender, does not matter. Everyone
Nope.
wants freedom,
That's
security,
right.
and peace. And when you
That's
sit
right.
down with me, that's what I get to provide. At the end of that, we see that the inflation, that means the milk, the eggs, the bread is going to go up.
Right.
It's
Right.
going up.
Powerful.
So what are we to do about that? What are
Yeah.
we going to do? And so
Yeah.
what we
Right.
get the opportunity to do is put people in position to be able to have those things, those needs met. And that's what
Yeah.
we getting educated and knowing what's out there is so important. And
Yep.
like I
Yep.
have this networking event, so those who may need a stream of income or those who need to know what
Right.
else is out there, it's
Right.
like I said,
Yeah.
end of the day, this is a time
Yeah.
of collaboration.
Right.
This
Right.
is a
That's
time
good.
of together. It's no time. There's no lone rangers nowadays. It's
Nope.
just
Nope.
not. No lone range. We're not in the days and times that we're in.
That's
It
right.
calls for us to do a lot more collaboration.
That's right.
I spoke about one of the things about what proves your income. One of the biggest things that expands someone's income is networking and when you're in the right environment. Those two things together cause income expansion. Right. So here we are talking about inflation. Things are going up higher. So what are we going to do about that? Because at the end of the day, having one job or a job is not security enough, because they're laying people off. People out of work, downsizing. I've been there. Listen, 2 times. Listen, let's be honest. I've been on that side of the aisle. And it's never a good feeling, and it doesn't feel good. So what we get the opportunity to do is say, let's do something. We're collaborating. Let's get back together. We're collaborating so that we can have stability for our families and our households. And that's what and that's why I'm having this networking event this Thursday. Is because at the end of the day, as far sight as I can see, by God's grace, that we need to be more collaboratory than trying to individualize.
Yeah, that's it. That is it, Coach. That is it. That is one of my key words now: collaboration and strategy. And then also even target market. We got target market in there. We also got you have to know your specific market guy. That's target marketing, if you will. But Coach, she hit it right on the head, guy. I hope you all picked that up. She is a brilliant person in this area. I looked up that crypto. Is that the Clarity Act? Is that what they call it?
That's it. Clarity Act. Yes.
That it? Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Y'all look it up. Clarity Act. That's in Congress right now. I just looked it up while you were talking because I didn't know about it. That's powerful. Powerful. Because they got to regulate everything. You know that, Coach. They're going to regulate everything anyway.
They're going to regulate things. But my son, 19 years old, is savvy. He said, Mom, you should be looking into crypto, Mom. You should be looking at it. I said, son, I know. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You should expand your portfolio. And I'm here to tell you, expand your portfolio. I have stock. I do that. Absolutely. I said, but son, I said, anytime you want to get into something, get educated.
There you go. That's the part right there. That's it, Coach. That's right. Learn every detail of it to the best of your ability. Learn everything, and then ask questions if you don't know. I love it. I love it. Hey, Guy, she mentions a key word today because this is part of what we do anyway. You have to know what's going on. You have to have data, right? There's data out there. In fact, you can just Google a lot of this stuff. It'll bring you up to date pretty quick. But guys, you have to know what's going on as it relates to your business, right? Or to your life or to your family. We don't say you have to be a genius or have to memorize everything, but you got to know what's going on. You got to know what crypto is, right? You got to know what stuff is. You got to know what financial literacy is, financial education is. You have to know that, okay? It's just no excuse. Also, too, I wanted to mention to the young people, mainly coaches, that there's books. Oh, guys, there's so many books that you can read. So have a good library. That's going to help you get to your goals well. So if you need some books, let me know. We'll share those with you. The titles that I use, tremendous titles that will help your self-esteem, will help your mindset, it will help your business knowledge. And these are books that are available right now, folks, even audio. Right now, as you know, Coach, this audio books, man, you can learn how to become a billionaire just off audio book, probably.
One book I'll tell folks to read, one book, it's many books, plethora of books.
Yeah, right.
Business, I would say, I hear a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires say, read Think and Grow Rich.
Yep, there you go. Think and Grow Rich is one. Another one that's been that I love the most is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yes, that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a tremendous book.
That's a great
that changed my whole life on how to deal with people. And it's amazing stuff. And there's so many other books, guys. Just contact us and we'll be glad to share the titles and the authors with you as well. But that Think and Grow Rich is awesome. All of them are great, guys. But they help you develop yourself because if nothing's coming in, nothing's going out. I will tell you that much. For sure. I love it. Hey, Coach, you good? Everything good? We got that. Mention that event coming up again, if you don't mind, coming up. So some folks may just be joining us.
Yes, it's going to be on May 21st at 1 p.m. East Coast time to 2:30. It's an hour and a half. It's going to be an hour and a half packed. It's going to be loaded, and we're going to be ready to go. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to attend, if you want to speak, contact me directly. You can contact me on all social media platforms. You can DM me, message me, or call me. Either way, you go on the website, you go on the QR code, you get my contact information, and I will respond back to you, and I will have a chance to talk. I'm looking for all those who want to be a part of it, and you can reach out to me. Again, my name is Shantay Adams. They call me Coach Honey.
I love it. What a great marketing tool there you had. That Coach Honey just kind of flows off your lips, doesn't it? I love it. I love it. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, everybody out there listening as well. Hey, guys, it's all about information. It's all about sharing information. And it's also all about excitement. Remember, guys, you can always dominate, but you got to have information. You need to dominate every day. Dominate every day. Have information, have the right people around you, have the right tools and all the above. And that's where Coach comes in at. And if you guys got any problems getting in touch with her, just put her name in Google. It'll come up. Everything will come. Just put her name in there. Everything will pop up for you, okay? If some of you just want to type in one name, there it is right there. Type it and it'll all come up. I love it. Coach, thank you so much for your time today. This has been incredible. Hold on as we finish out here today. Hey, guys, I want you guys to contact her. There's her website. Y'all should have took a picture of this if you can. QR code's there again as well. But I want to leave you with this. As my mentor would say, ladies and gentlemen, remember to always out-love, out-serve, and out-forgive each other. And remember, there's nothing you can't do with the right coach. Her name is Coach Honey. God bless you. Thank you so much, Shantay, for being with us today.
Thank you. God bless.
All right, hey, guys, don't forget to share this out on all your social media platforms. I want my folks over in UK, Norway, Africa. I want you guys over in Asia. I want you guys to share this out on all your social media platforms because you guys have ties to the United States, no doubt about that. But please share this out. God, I want at least 500 to 1,000 people on the internet to come on. Right now, I found out last week, Shantay, about 74% of the planet's on the internet. 74% of the planet is on the internet. Isn't that crazy? Just incredible. So guys, share this out. Share this out. That's what the data shows. Share this out and the connections will happen. You'll never know who you meet. You never know who's going to take you to the next level. Is that right, Shantay? I love it. Yeah. All right. God bless everybody. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to share this out. We'll see you next time on Power Connections. Hey, if you want to be on the program, let us know. We'd be glad to talk to you about that as well. Y'all leave me a DM or contact me on my network. Most of you know how to do that already, but contact me and let me know what you want to do. But feel free to be a part. And she mentioned a key word, exposure. You need more exposure, guys. You got to expose your business, right? As much as possible. So we'll help you with that. Coach can help you with that as well. But expose your business each and every day, each and every week. And we'll see you next time. Shantay, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.